Hello and welcome to part 3 of Gatling. I'm Raghav, and in this part we are going to learn about the Gatling recorder and how to record in proxy mode. Do not worry if you are a complete beginner. I will go very basic step by step and we will start from scratch, and you can follow this on Windows or Mac operating system, and in the description below the video I will add all the notes of this video, and in the description you will also find a timeline, so just in case you want to jump to any of the section you can use the timeline. After watching this video you can take the Gatling quiz. I will add the link to the quiz in the description of the video. So with that, let's get started, and in this part we are going to learn about Gatling recorder. Now we have already seen Gatling recorder in the earlier parts, and we know how to use recorder, how to start and use recorder for the HAR converter. But in this session we are going to use the proxy mode, and then we will record, we will save the scripts and run the scripts and check the reports. So this is going to be very easy and very interesting. Let's get started with the steps. So there are 10 steps that we will do, and you can follow along with me. Step 1 is we have to open the Gatling recorder. Now you can open it from the standalone project or the standalone folder that we downloaded from the Gatling website, or you can also start the recorder class from the project. Let me show you both. So as of now I am on my Windows system. You can do this on Mac as well. I have shown you how to do this on Mac in the earlier part. So I will go to my, let me go to my downloads folder where I have downloaded this folder from Gatling, and I have unzipped it. And if I go inside this, you can see there is a bin folder. If I go inside the bin folder, we have this Gatling files, and then we have the recorder file. So we have recorder.bat and recorder.sh. Recorder.bat will be used for starting recorder on Windows, and recorder.sh will be used to start Gatling recorder on Mac. So I will start with recorder.bat, and just in case you want to start from project, you can go to your project, and in your project if you go to the src folder and go under the Scala folder, you will see we have recorder class here, and you can also do a right click here and say run recorder, and this will start the Gatling recorder from the project. So you can see it is building, and then it will start the Gatling recorder. So it has started Gatling recorder. As of now I will close this. You can also just go to your project and just stop from here. So I do not want to use this for now. I will use the standalone Gatling folder, and here I can just double click on recorder.bat to start the recorder, or you can go to the location of this bin folder on the command line and then run this file, or give the name of this file and run. So as of now I will just double click this, and it starts the Gatling recorder. We already know that we should be having JDK on our system, and here you can see the recorder mode here. So we have HAR converter that we have already seen in the earlier sessions, and now we will use HTTP proxy. So this is step number 2. We have set the recording mode to proxy, and before we do the next steps, let us see what does this exactly means. So if I just search for HTTP proxy online and I go to images, here you can see, let me show you some image. So you can see proxy is just a intermediary that sits between our system and the server. So this is our system. We send a request to the server, and the server sends the request to us. However, there can be an intermediary called proxy that sits between these two entities, and in this case our request will go to the proxy, and proxy will then send it to the server, and in the same way the response will go first to the proxy and then it will be sent to us. Now proxy can be there for various reasons. It can be there for adding some controls or limitations, or filtering the requests and responses, etc. So if you see this image here, you can see the system, the requester, instead of asking the server directly, it asks the proxy, or it sends the request to the proxy. Proxy then forwards it to the server, and then the server sends the response to the proxy, and then proxy then forwards the response to the requester. Now just in case you want to understand a little bit more about proxy, you can go on my website, that is automationstepbystep.com, and if you go to the stories, so you can see there is a section for stories. This will take you to the Mickey and Minnie stories page, and here I have created and I have written a story about proxy. Yes, so you can see a story of proxy. So you can read this just in case you are interested to know more. So in this case, we are going to set up a proxy on our system or on our browser, and we will route all the network traffic through that particular proxy. And you can see we can set the port here, and we can also add a certificate. So now we will provide the port number and select the certificate in case we want to use HTTPS website. So you can give any port number here. So let us say 8080, and in case your website is HTTPS, then you can also give a certificate. So we have self-signed certificate, we have provided key store, and we have certificate authority. So you can try with any of these. If you say provided key store, if you have a key store, then you can select this and you can browse to your key store file and then also give the password and give the key store type, whether it is JKS or PKCS. And then we also have the option for certificate authority. Here you can actually generate a certificate and use the same in your browser. So what we are going to do is, we have set a proxy here, we have set the port here. Now the same port we have to set for proxy in our browsers. So if you are using Chrome or Firefox, you can do on both. Let me show you first on Chrome. So if you go to Chrome, you can go to these three dots here and go to settings, and go to settings here and just search for proxy, and it will actually open your computer's proxy settings. So it will take you to your computer's proxy setting here, and here you can set the manual proxy. So you can set localhost as address and port number whatever you have given in your Gatling recorder. So it is 8080, so the same you will have to give here, and then click on save. So it is set on a system level and you can now use this proxy. And if you are on Firefox, I will also show you on Mac in a moment. This is on Windows as of now. If you are on Firefox, again you can go to these three dots and go to the settings. So here is the settings, and here again search for proxy, and here we have the proxy settings, and by default it will be either no proxy or auto detect, but you can say manual proxy and say localhost here and the port number. And if the same thing you want to use for HTTPS, then you can just check this, or if you want to use a different proxy for HTTPS, then provide it for here as well for HTTPS, and then say OK. Now if you are on Mac, you can just go to your network settings. You can go to this top Apple icon and go to system preferences and go to network. Now this window can also be seen from this, wherever you have your Wi-Fi or internet icon. You can press the option key on your keyboard and click this, and then you can directly go to your network settings from here as well. So you can see here open network settings. So this is my connected network. I will go to advanced and go to proxies, and here you can set the web proxy for HTTPS and HTTP and HTTPS. So all this you can set here. You can give the port here, the address, localhost and port here for HTTP, and if you want to use for HTTPS, you can give it here, and then you can say OK. So make sure that these are checked. So these should be checked, and then it will work. So this was for Mac, and I will go back to my Windows system. So as of now on my Windows system, I have set it at a system level. So if I go and search for proxy settings, you can see I have already set this manual proxy here and using port 8080, and I have saved it. Now after doing this, we have already set proxy on system or browser. Whatever is fine with you, you can do that. Now I will give the package class names and filters on the Gatling recorder. So here we have selected HTTP proxy. We have given the proxy information here. Now you can select if you want to use any package and whatever is the class name. So I will say recorded simulation 1 will be my class name, and then all these format you can use here. All these options I will keep as it is, and this will be the simulations folder where this class will get stored. And then these are the encoding if you want to use it, and then I will say enable filters. I will say no static resources, so that it does not record all the JSS, JS, CSS, all the images, etc. And after that you have to click on start. So if you see, there will be a start button. You may have to scroll down a little So let me show you here. So there is a start button here. We have to click on start. Now before I click on start, and if I want to go to any of the websites, I will use my Firefox browser, and let me say now I have already set the proxy and I want to go to this Orange HRM website. So I will go here and try to go to this website, and you will see the proxy server is refusing connections, and that is because we have set a proxy and we have not yet started proxy from our Gatling recorder. So I will start from here. I will click on start, and you can now see we have the Gatling recorder is running. We have options to give any tag if you want to. All the records will be executed events will be recorded here. We have option to cancel and then stop and save. And now if I go again, let me try to reload this page and let us see what happens this time. So it still did not connect because it says some potential security issue, and because this is a HTTPS website, we will also have to give a certificate. So let us go back to our Gatling recorder. I will cancel this, and here I will say I will add a certificate. So here, before starting, I will add a certificate. Now if you are using HTTP website and not HTTPS, you can skip this, and also you can try with any of these options. I will say certificate authority, and I will generate a certificate. I will click on generate CA, and let me just generate in the documents itself, or wherever you want to store it, you can save it, and you can see it is saved, and it has also added the CA certificate and the CA private key here. If I go to my documents folder, you can see it has generated this certificate and a key here, and both of these are also added here. And now I will go to my browser, that is Firefox in this case, and again go to settings, and here I will search for certificate and go to view certificates, and I will click on import, and I will select all file types so that I can see my certificate files. So here is the certificate file. I will add it and also say trust this certificate to identify websites and say OK, and you can see it is added, and I will say OK. And now I will start the Gatling recorder again. So I have added all this. I will click on the start button, and now if I try to go again to the website Orange HRM, and yes, you can see now it has gone, and if I go to the Gatling recorder, it has also recorded this event. So this is now working, and I will now record the actions, that is step number 7. So I will give a username here, a password, and click on login, and you can see all this is getting recorded here. And then I will just click on welcome and log out, and that's it, and all this is now recorded here. I will say stop and save, and this must have been saved. So if I go to my Gatling folder, so I will go to my downloads folder and go to Gatling folder, and I will go to the user files and simulations, and you can see recorded simulation1.scalar. This is what we have given the name. So you can see this is what we gave the class name, and this is now added here. And if I just want to check, I can open in a notepad, or let me just open with Sublime editor so that it is visible in a better way. I will use Sublime text, and you can see it has recorded. So this is our base URL Orange HRM. These are the headers, and then we have some header maps as well. And if I now go to the actual scenario, you can see this is the actual scenario. So we have this request 0, then request 1, which is actually going to the URL, and then we have all these recorded. So you can see the credentials here, username, password. So this is the login, and then this is the logout. So all this is recorded, and if you have used the Gatling recorder from your project, all this will go directly in your class, in your simulations class. So just in case you have used this project recorder, then it will get stored in your simulations class. So for now, we have recorded the actions, we have saved the actions, we have checked the recorded script, and before running, I can also change the names of the requests so that it can be visible properly in the report. So this is, let me say this is request 0, and here exactly we are going to the URI. Okay, this is going to the login page. I will say this is login page, and then this is the login with valid credentials. So I will say this is login with valid credentials, and then here we have the logout page. So I will say this is logout, and I will just save this. And now to run, I will use the Gatling file. So let me go back to the bin folder, and I will run the gatling.bat. If you are on Mac, you can run gatling.sh, and if you are facing some issue here, you can go to the command line and go to the location of this folder. So let me just go to my command line and then cd to the location of the bin folder of Gatling. Now I hope I have told you in the earlier session that if you want to directly go to this folder in the command line, you can go to the address bar and say cmd and hit enter, and this will open command prompt on the same folder. So this is a shortcut, direct way, but for now I will just go here and I will say gatling.bat, and this will check if JDK is set up, and then it will show us the simulations that we can run. So let us just wait and check, and yes, this is fine. And yes, so now we have to run our recorded simulation 1, which is at index position 2. So I will say 2 here and hit enter. And if you want to select some description, I will say orange HRM login test. This will be shown in the report, and I will hit enter, and this will start running. So it has started, and you can see this is running now, recorded simulation 1, and very soon we will also get the reports and we will check the reports. So this is now running, and you can see as of now we are running with a single user load, and this is done, and you can see all the information here. And then we also have got a report generated under the results folder. So if you go to the results folder, you will see this report, that is this particular HTML file. So you can copy the link or copy the address directly from here, or you can also check in the results folder. So if I go to the results folder, and this is the folder, and this is the index.html, or let me just very quickly see where it has gone. They should be recorded simulation. Oh, sorry, this is the one, recorded simulations. This is the one, and here we have got this index.html. If I open it, you can see here the description, orange HRM login test. Here we have got all the details, the global information, and we can see the number of requests, pass, fail, and all the statistics here. Then we have all these different graphs, number of active users with time, number of percentage of requests with time, response time distribution, response time percentiles. And then if I go to the details, you can see all these requests. We have login with valid credentials, log out, all this is here. Login page is here, and you can see all the details here. So this we created by using recording with Proxy. So we have already done this. Run with gatling.bat if you're on Windows, or gatling.sh on Mac, or you can also run this using the engine class of Gatling Project. We have already seen this, that if you want to run the Gatling scripts from the project, you can go to your engine.scalar class and run this, and it will again give you the option to run your simulations. So we were able to record the Gatling scripts using the proxy mode in Gatling Recorder and run it. I hope this was useful. If you want, you can take a quiz now, and you will see the link in the description of this video. I will see you in the next part. Thank you for watching, and never stop learning.